Good Monday morning, everyone. Andy A. Wood, fit for you. The sun is shining down this beautiful, glorious, splendid Monday morning. Boys and girls, I'm going to tackle an absolutely critical subject matter today. We all know beyond the shadow of doubt that nutrition is the number one single most critical component when it comes to dropping body fat. Body fat reduction relies almost solely on nutrition. Then why, boys and girls, why must it be that so many people, so many folks, so many so-called gurus, and nutritional wizards insist on making this such a complicated matter? Boys and girls, most frequently question I'm asked via Facebook message, email, and the likes. How are so many wood shredder students losing so much body fat so fast? I'm here to tell you this. It is absolutely not, I repeat, not pills, powders, magical potions that you ingest, boys and girls, and leave you ball and chained and within sprinting distance to and from the commode, and puts you in a position in which everywhere you go, you must pack a spare pair of underpants. Absolutely not the case, boys and girls. What if I told you that according to Coach Wood's nutritional approach to success, you could literally go to Chipotle? You've probably heard of that wonderful, glorious, beautiful institution of food. You could literally eat Chipotle 3 times a day and drop body fat at an absolutely breakneck speed and alarming rate. Boys and girls, you should understand, Coach Wood endorses a very simplified, sustainable approach. One that, in terms of your nutrition, long after you walk out of and graduate from the Woodshed with diploma in hand, wearing cap and gown, you can sustain for the remainder of your days. Boys and girls, it has long been my philosophy. If you take every single minute, trivial luxury away from people, you are dooming them to fail. Now, let me give you a good example. Coffee creamers. Many nutritional coaches and fitness gurus will disallow their students from even utilizing something so simple as coffee creamer. Boys and girls, in my opinion, let me tell you why that's a disastrous idea from a coaching perspective. You take something so simple away as coffee creamer, you are literally putting a person in a position which they cannot succeed. Is it truly the coffee creamer that has put an individual in a quandary or predicament in which they are now toting around 78% body fat? No. It is far more likely it is the 3 Krispy Kreme donuts that they are washing down with the coffee creamer that has put them in a situation in which they're dissatisfied with their appearance, boys and girls. Simple fact. Now, anybody for a while can execute a nutritional approach that is that rigid in nature. However, inevitably what's going to occur is this: they're going to crumble, they're going to cave. And what should have been a minor hiccup in terms of their approach, it becomes a colossal debacle. They throw in the towel, they wave the white flag, they throw their hands up, and it cements and solidifies their preconceived belief before they started in the first place that they'll never succeed and that nutrition simply is not for them, and they resort to their former ways and they go back to failing miserably. Boys and girls, how about calorie counting? Coach Wood, is he an endorser and proponent of calorie counting? Nope. Boys and girls, the very moment I say to an individual, okay, Johnny, going forward, you will consume 1,500 calories a day. Boys and girls, inherently, if I prescribe somebody 1,500 calories, guess what? Immediately, they want 1,600 calories. That's just the way the human psychology and psyche operates. Remember the girl you dated in high school that you knew she was an absolute devil woman in disguise? You knew she was no good for you and there was no future. She dumped you, and because she didn't want you and rejected you and said, you can't have me, you wanted her more. Food is no different, boys and girls, in terms of calorie counting. If you put up a sign on a painted project, let's say it was a fresh coat of paint on a garage, and you put a wet paint sign out, folks inevitably are going to run their finger through the paint just to see if in fact it was wet because you told them not to. The human psyche works in the same fashion as it pertains to food. I tell you what, you get 1,500 calories, inherently you're going to want 1,600 calories. And boys and girls, here's what occurs. You must not, you cannot suppress your appetite. If you are a wood shredder and you are not only utilizing a nutritional set of guidelines, but also a very intense cardiovascular and strength training regimen, your appetite naturally, because of your level of activity, is going to increase. And if you attempt to suppress this appetite and you do not feed the machine, that is your body signaling to you it is time to fuel the machine. If you squelch and try to suppress, you can do that for a minute. You might even be able to do it for a day, 2 days. Heck, if you're a mentally tough individual, you may be able to pull that off for a week or two. However, here's what's going to occur. Eventually, you're going to crumble. You're going to cave. And soon, you're going to devour everything in sight. You're going to be like the Cookie Monster on steroids, going on a rampage in which you cannot literally help yourself. What about carbohydrates, boys and girls? They are not, in Mr. Wood's opinion, the handiwork of the devil like so many believe. They provide fuel, boys and girls. If you are actively engaged in physical activity, they provide you essential energy to complete your cardiovascular and strength training regimens with intensity. Now, if you sit around and you play words with friends all day, you could get fat on grilled chicken salad. In other words, that doesn't have anything to do with carbohydrates. If your level of activity is that of a three-toed sloth, you're going to get and formulate a spare tire no matter what you're doing in terms of your nutritional approach. Superfoods and contemporary fads and trends. Boys and girls, in my opinion, nonsense. You will not, I repeat, find wood shredders. You will not cross paths with a wood shredder student at your local Whole Foods or Kroger squandering hundreds of dollars on bok choy and goji berries and picking chia seeds out of their teeth all day long. Absolutely not. You'll find Woodshed students eating and enjoying scrum-diddlyumptious hearty foods and hearty meals that have made America and Americans great for centuries. Foods like steak, foods like sweet potatoes, and foods like peanut butter. How about food prepping, boys and girls? Do you need a doctorate from a culinary school? Is that necessary to succeeding nutritionally? Absolutely not. I do not expect you to be the Galloping Gourmet or a master of the grill, slaving over a grill for 8-10 hours on a Sunday, cooking 97 pounds of chicken, counting grains of brown rice one by one meticulously by hand, weighing out stalks of asparagus to the precise gram so you don't violate your macronutrient situation. Boys and girls, I have no expectation of people whipping up 5-star 27-course meals. You're looking at a man right here at Coach Wood who nearly several years ago burned his house to the foundation cooking a bowl of oatmeal in the microwave oven. All this food prepping, if you've got the time and the energy and the interest, great. If you don't, which is most people, at least in the circles and spheres that I run, you do not have to slave away packing food into Tupperware containers all day, all week long, folks. Unnecessary. Now, how about the concept of the cheat meal? Boys and girls, what if I told you for 4 weeks you ate strictly in terms of Coach Wood's nutritional guidelines and not putting poison in your body like sugar and alcohol? But after 4 weeks, you have earned the right any day, any night of the week for 1 day, 1 hour. Set the timer and blast whatever you can blast and squeeze into your body. Papa John's pizza, a bottle of wine, pancakes, cheesecake, I don't care what it is. You earn the right after 4 weeks to pound and pillage and plunder whatever you so choose for a 1 hour time allotment. And guess what, boys and girls? It's not a one-time extravaganza. Every single week thereafter, you get to enjoy the same luxury. This is both healthy mentally, because it keeps you sane, and physically as it stokes metabolism and allows you to burn massive amounts of calories going forward. Boys and girls, if this sounds like an approach in which you could adhere to, not for 19 days, not for 30 days, but rather forever, this pragmatic, common sense, simplified, sustainable approach, boys and girls, that provides for you the optimal circumstances to succeed, then you need to strongly consider enrolling in the Woodshed and building and sculpting a healthy, strong, attractive physique that you have desired and yearned for years. Facebook message Andy A. Wood and join the revolution. Adios, everyone.